Good morning, everyone. I'm Jim Doyle with Business Forward. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm very happy to introduce Isabella Casillas Guzman, the 27th Administrator for the Small Business Administration, the voice at the President's Cabinet table for America's 33 million small businesses. And I'm also pleased to introduce Selin Song, the President of Google Customer Solutions, and someone that is intimately involved in the products and services that are helping you grow your business. Point here is to help two important people in this space learn about what's working, what's missing from people who are facing challenges every day.
Hi, everyone. I'm Selin Song. I'm from Google, based out of California now. I currently lead the global Google Customer Solutions team, so I work with small and mid-sized businesses around the world to support you on digital transformation and take you along your technology journey. I want to just welcome everyone to Google and Pier 57, and specifically thank you to Administrator Guzman and her team, and of course, Jim and Business Forward for facilitating this wonderful meeting. And then, of course, a hearty and warm welcome to all of the incredible SMBs here today. Businesses like yours, I think it goes without saying, but just to put a finer point on it, you guys are the beating heart of the global economy, certainly of the US economy. You're everywhere. You're contributing almost half, more than 40% of the total US GDP, as well as creating more than 60% of the jobs in the US since 1995. Just incredible. We are honored to be one of the founders of the Small Business Digital Alliance, and we're really excited to be a part of this discussion and also to support all small businesses along their technology and digital tools journey. Of course, technology has been important always, but it's more important now than ever with the advent of new technologies like AI, but also as we've come through the pandemic, all businesses need to acquire customers, get more from your existing customers, and then, of course, stay profitable. And that has been more challenging in the past few years than ever before. So congratulations to all of you for your success and for your ongoing success. Now, why we believe technology is really critical is that it really levels the playing field and democratizes the opportunity for all businesses to be successful. So 4 in 5 small businesses say that digital ads in particular help them compete with larger businesses. And then I thought this was an interesting stat. Digital tools are really supporting unlocking new growth opportunities. A report from the Connected Commerce Council says that 75% of small business leaders are using digital tools to help their businesses navigate tougher economic conditions. So we're deeply committed to all of you. A few resources that I think a lot of you are using, but I want to call out. We have our digital coaches, and we've expanded those 10 incremental into rural areas across the U.S. And so we have 28 digital coaches across the U.S. Supporting approximately 60,000 SMBs. We've launched cybersecurity workshops, and we have a new cybersecurity workshop for all of you. I know this is top of mind. 65% of small businesses say that this is an area they are concerned about and want to know more about. Third, it's our products. Our products are using the best of the technology available. One example is in Google Shopping. You might have seen this, and we can follow up later. But we have a new product called Product Studio, which is now again lowering the access levels for creatives around images that are created by AI. So you don't have to pay experts or specialized agencies to create these creatives for you. So it's making this accessible for all small businesses. And then finally, of course, community. We're really thrilled that we've just announced the next round of startup recipient from Google for Startups, our Black and Latino Founders Funds. So 46 founders in the US have been selected to receive $150,000 grants, as well as hands-on support. And so we have 3 of the winners here today. So congratulations again. So we're so pleased to be here. I'm going to turn it over to Administrator Guzman for a few words. Thank you.
There we go. Well, thank you so much, Selin. It's really an honor to be here with you and Google and the entire team. Jan, thank you. I appreciate always your work and making sure that the Small Business Digital Alliance can propel the joint work we do to try to help small businesses adopt technology. And Jim and Business Forward really appreciate always your leadership in this space with us. It's important to find critical private partners to propel our work at the SBA. We are about private partnerships in every realm of our work, and so greatly appreciate the partnership and the willingness to travel everywhere and anywhere. President Biden, from day one, when he first spoke with me about taking on this position, was always focused on making sure that we could equitably grow the economy, and he recognized how important small businesses were to competition. So making sure that you can grow, whether that's through federal contracts or trade or digital tools. We want to be there at the forefront supporting you in that effort. As the voice of the 33 million small businesses who do have this outsized impact, I like to call you giants in the economy. And we, showed since the beginning of the Biden administration that our small businesses were too big to fail. We wanted to make sure that they received the full wraparound services. And the Digital Alliance is just one of those efforts that we've made to try to better meet our businesses where they are, but everywhere that they are. And today it's online. It's leveraging technology to grow your businesses. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you all today and making sure that I can continue to level up the services at the SBA, because we're about improving speed and efficiency, because we know you wear multiple hats and can't deal with the complexity. And we're trying to make sure we can overcome that, broadening our distribution networks, including in the financial services sector, to ensure that we can meet you with products you need, and ensuring that we do that equitably. So excited to be here. Congratulations to the winners of the Google Prize. That's amazing. To see leadership right here in the room, and I look forward to hearing your stories.
I have a healthcare tech startup right here in New York City. And when I built this company with my co-founder 5 years ago, one of our main pillars was technology, because we wanted to make sure that we were able to use all of our people power on our actual patients and our learners. So we utilized technology to help us be more efficient in how we did some of the background work. But then even still, because of COVID and post-COVID, we've really had to deal with some labor supply issues. And so we spent a lot of effort just trying to train up the existing labor market. And so we've utilized Google Forms, and we've created different trainings and used the Google Forms to conduct quizzes so we can test the competencies of recruits and applicants. And we've been really grateful that we've been able to do that, because we've really been able to make an impact in, just providing more jobs, but also ensuring that the clients who want to work with us actually have access to our services.
First, on technology playing a crucial role in supply chain. By the middle of 2022, many people in our industry discovered that a core material for their brand would be indefinitely unavailable. It turned out that numerous glass bottle designs used for premium olive oil, spirits, fragrances were manufactured in Ukraine. And the war had brought a production to an immediate halt. Thanks to the agility of technology, glassmakers from other parts of Europe and the world were able to come together online, share information, and collaborate with olive oil producers, scotch makers, perfumers, and the likes. This ensured uninterrupted imports and prevented any significant change to a brand's identity.
So for me, one of the tools that I am a big fan of and I advocate to many small businesses is a Google Business Profile. One, it is the World Wide Web. It's very wide. We want people to find us, and so you can find us easier when we do have a business profile, whether you have a website or not. So for me, it works, because also I love it that people can leave reviews. Word of mouth marketing is never going to go away in the offline space, and in the online space, reviews are word of mouth. My husband opened up a restaurant in 2021, and the first thing I told him to do, create a website and then create a business profile on Google.
So, for context, my company is a paid ad automation platform. So we automate paid ads across search channels like Google, social, and et cetera, the usual suspects, right? So our primary method of customer acquisition is using our own product to target our ideal clients across those channels, and then we have an inbound sales motion. So what that does for us is it makes it a very predictable way for us to grow.
I'm excited by these examples because it's concrete demonstration of the vast range of opportunities using digital, whether that's trying to ensure that your supply chains are strong, your vendor relationships are strong, or your workforce connectivity is strong, or your social media and marketing. I am really fascinated about this idea of consistency of online and offline. I'm just curious how you all find time in your days to accommodate that learning and that and that adoption of new technologies to continually innovate in your world and connect with your customers.
For most of our business owners, what we're seeing is, and at least for me in terms of how we manage our education, it's doing it in periods that I'm either in transit or in between sort of being on the desk, right? Like you actually need to find people and activate them and give them sort of the content in a way that they can digest when they have that open moment. And so I think when it's represented, how it's represented, the types of content, both audio, visual, video, right, is like really, really, really important.
These digital ads are helpful because they are predictable. But I think that might be for your business more than other businesses. I'm kind of curious for you, for your business, how are these digital tools working when you can't just turn the spigot on and off necessarily and know what's going to come? How's that working for your business?
For context, at Pulse, we built a platform, a B2B platform in which we help teams to streamline and centralize their office-based and project-based shipping needs. So we're building the local infrastructure for logistics in the cities. Just a quick story. So we launched the company with no money, and we did it with $500 in ad credit in Google, right? That was the way we got our first customer, right? And we were able to bootstrap until the point that we can raise venture capital. So I think it was commented early on, but it's essentially the playing field is the same for everybody, right? So it's not 100% about the amount of money that you throw to ads, is how well you execute, right? So for us, it really helps to put the ads and set up the ads, let them get the customers for us, so we can work on other things, right? Because we're short-handed.
Yeah. Because she talked about something really important, which is the right targeting, and you need attribution, right? You have to measure what's working, and platforms like Google have tremendous AI and algorithms that will take that data, even if the sale happened offline. If somebody saw an ad online and walked into your place of business, or became a customer in your accounting system, you have that data. It's called offline audience data.
What we don't want to do is, for example, remove the ability for marketers, using platforms like OTIS to be able to target the consumers that they want. And when you remove targeting, not only is it more expensive for marketers and for small businesses, but it's also harder for publishers.
And so limiting my ability to retarget and get active and drive awareness, right, like is actually an inhibitor for whether you're in the healthcare space, whether you're in the advertising space, whether you're in the gaming space, whether in the education space, to actually disseminate large amounts of really valuable information that people actually need.
It's funny you said that, Daniel, because outside you complimented me on these sneakers. If I wasn't targeted with an ad, I never would have gotten, I love these sneakers. You're going to see ads anyway. At least show me something that I like.
That's awesome. Well, I'm curious if all of you can lean into, AI now and share with me. And I'm sure you had a question. I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun here, perhaps. But I'm, obviously this is something that the Biden-Harris administration is focused on ensuring that, our country can be competitive with AI technology as we develop in this space and compete globally. but in addition, that it can be something that small businesses can level the playing field with as well. So I'm just curious if you all can share with me some of your AI stories.
So at Bags, we're connecting businesses to dollars they need, right? And we initially started doing that very manually to understand how we could do it, understand the pain points, and get more data. Then we started to productize that. And what we've been able to do specifically in the last, call it 3 to 6 months, is our ability to understand and comprehend what a business's need based off of their financial information, location, priorities, growth state, demographic data, and digest it and compare it to lender criteria. AI has been the underpinning technology that has enabled us to accelerate that growth. I think that's like the bigger example. I think the other is just like output and pace of information. I think it's been an incredible time saver across how we produce content, how we come up with ideas. And that's one of the things that we encourage our business owners to do, right? Especially when it comes to things like writing or putting out a content or a blog post. Use AI, right? Like allow it to at least give you a framework, allow it to spark an idea, and then from there you can build on top of it. It's not just a, hey, I'm doing things with purely AI. It's actually a supplement and should be a supplement to your day-to-day.
So in the first aspect, in the logistics, we use routing technology to create better routes, which at the end of the day helps increase the payments for delivery workers, reduce environmental impact in the cities, and provide a better service to the customers. So with AI and the data that models gets into the AI model, it helps, for example, to reduce waiting times. It helps to know in a huge block in Manhattan where is the entrance, to reduce the back and forth and that sort of things. And with AI, we can, provide superpowers to our developers so they can ship code faster, right? So that's a huge advantage that we can compete with bigger companies. And for our operators, they can do less manual tasks and focus on aspects of their job that will help them to advance in their careers. So I think we try to use it across the board.
And from a really sort of macro perspective, I've learned everything I know about entrepreneurship, a lot of it from doing and a lot of it from YouTube, right? Like when I enter a new segment or I need to figure something, I'm going on YouTube, figuring out, watching a short video, and like that's really how I'm digesting information.
So something that we do at Airbus to train and onboard employees is document everything through free tools, like Google Docs or Loom videos, in which we can record ourselves talking and record presentations, so we don't have to repeat it every time we get a new employee.
I'm just so inspired by the conversation and by all of you. Thank you again. Huge thank you to Administrator Guzman and her team, really for her leadership of the SBA and enabling the true examples, not only the awareness, but enabling the positive impact of digital transformation for small businesses across the country.